Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Ultra Premiere, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Obstagoon! Obstagoon on a classic Poison Double Dark line. Honestly guys, with the way the Great League was this season, I just was not able to run my Poison Double Dark line that I love so very much. So, we're running it in the Ultra Premiere, and Obstagoon gonna function as the safe swap so that Scrafty doesn't have to see any fighters. Obstagoon's on this team to draw out the fighters and the charmers. It's a little bit more flexible on the safe swap. Gets to those charge moves a little bit faster than Scrafty. So you want to draw out a hard counter to Scrafty and preserve a shield advantage, if at all possible, for Scrafty to sweep in the end. And my goodness, I always have a fun time whenever I can run Scrafty in any meta. One of my favorite Pokemon, and it is quite tanky as an XL in the Ultra League. We do have to keep it away from those fighters and fairies, and that is why we've got Kanto Muk on the lead. Now, in seasons past, I would be running Nidoqueen, but they had to give Nidoqueen the axe, so we're going with my second favorite Poison Jabber, and that comes in the form of Kanto Muk. And before we dive into the featured set of the video, gonna start things off with some bonus battles that I thought were a lot of fun. And here we go, picking up a positive lead in the form of Chestnut. They make a play into an Ampharos, and we are gonna align Scrafty onto this Ampharos here. Scrafty can do quite well against Ampharos. We just have to really look out for a potential Focus Blast. That would be disastrous. Gonna go for this foul play. They do let it go. I don't imagine they shield anything, but I imagine that we will shield, guys. They are at Focus Blast energy, and that is a good shield right there. They went full bore for that Focus Blast, and we can counter right down. Well worth the shield to control the alignment, as Chestnut is bad news for our backline. And we can only go Power Up Punch here. Of course, with that fighting typing on Chestnut, they would be resisting our foul plays. So just gonna Power Up Punch this thing until they decide to take us out here. We are not concerned about any of the energy that this Chestnut is farming, because it's all hard-walled by our Kanto Muk. And I do imagine they would look to go for a superpower, because they're likely looking to shield, and they do go right for that superpower. I'm sorry, not shield, swap, excuse me. And they do swap into a Kanto Muk of their own. Very nice, very nice. A person of culture here, you love to see it. But Obstagoon can do quite well despite running a fast move that is resisted by this Kanto Muk, and that's just because we outpace and we are quite bulky. We can actually take this in the zeros. If they decide to no shield all of our Night Slashes here, we can absolutely take this in the one shield, especially if we boost, and we are now grabbing shields from the Muk. And we don't intend to shield anything, as our win condition lies with our own Kanto Muk here. And they can only go Thunder Punch, as the conventional moveset for Kanto Muk is Thunder Punch, Dark Pulse, and of course Dark Pulse would be resisted. Going for this next Night Slash here, and we get the boost! Oh man, they're gonna have to throw, or we will take them out, and they are forced to throw at the very last second as we get down to 1 HP. Holy smokes, Obstagoon putting in the work. And now we will look to shield up a potential Dark Pulse here, because that's going to be the hardest hitting move remaining in this game here. And it is that Dark Pulse. Going to look to farm down with resisted Poison Jabs, and this is just about nighty-night, sleep tight, and they do top left. That Chestnut was not going to do very well. Good game, well played. The Goon Squad is back and in full effect, and here we go. Charizard lead. This is okay. This is exactly where you want to see it with this team, of course. And we do have these Thunder Punches that can put in work, as they are super effective with that flying typing on the Charizard, but they can definitely tank it. And if they do, guys, I highly recommend shielding the Blast Burn, because Charizard leads can generally compared with fighters in the back. So we do let that go, and I don't advise doing it. Obviously, we can comfortably tank it, and they will look to take us out with a Dragon Claw. So what we're going to do is come in with our Obstagoon. At the time, I was thinking, well, I guess we don't need Muk, but we do. We do. I was thinking we may not need Muk. It put in work on this Charizard, got it really low. And look at that, guys. Would you know? They've got a fighter in the back. And it makes perfect sense because Charizard as a fire type protects fighters from Charmers. So now we're having to work our way out of a pickle here, guys. We're not going to shield anything, and we're going to put the hope and faith into our Scrafty here. We know that Sirfetch'd is not known for its bulk, and we did pressure a shield. So now we're going to put it all on Scrafty here to withstand these hard-hitting, super effective counters. Gonna throw this power-up punch here and look to take out this Sirfetch'd, and they shield. Holy smokes. I'm thinking we've got a shot here, guys. This is why you generally don't want to give up on yourself too early. We do still have 2 shields. Had to give one up there. And oh, man, it's looking pretty good now, guys. Holy smokes. They had a wall rain in the back. Scrafty's about to feast. They have no shields. We go foul play. And this is Nighty Night Sleep Tight. All we have to do is shield up this Icicle Spear here. And 1 power-up punch will absolutely take care of this wall rain here. Holy smokes. This is why you do not give up on yourself too early on, guys. You play until there's no end in sight. And there was light at the end of that tunnel. Scrafty swept the end game. Good game, well played. How about Scrafty overcoming seemingly impossible odds in that last one? Honestly, when I saw that Sirfetch'd, I really thought about top lefting, but I'm glad I didn't. Here we go. Aurorus, bad lead. The reason why is because Aurorus with that rock typing would be resisting our fast move pressure. And they meet us with a Pidgeot as we come in with our Obstagoon here. So this is looking a little tricky here. Gonna go for this Night Slash, and they do give up an early shield. Gonna let this go as generally they want to debuff you with that Feather Dance, especially knowing that they would be taking neutral damage from our counters. Makes sense to Feather Dance there. And we are at back-to-back Night Slashes here, so gonna go for Night Slash number 2 here, and they do let it go because they have debuffed our attack. And we're gonna go for Night Slash number 3. So right about here, I decided to commit to flipping Switch. I'm seeing how much these Night Slashes are doing even with the debuff. So I'm thinking I'm flipping Switch. You know, they had an Aurorus. We've got a Scrafty for that. There's a good chance that our Muck will have some play on whatever's in the back, as long as we can control this alignment here. And they are Feather Dancing us into oblivion. Holy smokes. Generally, they would have thrown a Brave Bird by now, but they are deeply in love with those Feather Dances. And we take it out and flip Switch. You love to see it. Obstagoon puts in the work. Absolutely love Obstagoon, especially in the Ultra League. And they come back in with the Aurorus, banking on us being debuffed to the max, but you guys are going to see they're trying to farm us down. It's not happening, guys. Obstagoon, too bulky, too spammy, and we're just going to let her rip with these cross chops. And holy smokes, Obstagoon's about to KO this Aurorus and forces them to have to catch this onto a green. And holy smokes, guys, Obstagoon puts in the work. Now, it would make perfect sense to come in with Scrafty here, but we have no shields, and our Muck doesn't have very much play up against that Aurorus, which is hanging on by a thread, I might add. So might as well align it here and tank all these body slams, as Greedent is quite spammy. So it has strong neutral play here up against the Greedent. We go Dark Pulse there. That's going to do more raw damage. It's the more energy efficient move. And yeah, just going to soak all this, get this Greedent as low as possible, and then Scrafty will clean up this end game. No problem. Holy smokes, they were ABA weak to fighting. My goodness. And we are now forcing shields from the very tanky Greedent here. They need 2 more moves to KO us here. It's not looking too good for our opponent, unfortunately. And they go crunch there, and they combo play. It doesn't matter. This is lights out for them. They're trying their best. Hats off to them, but it is over. And right about here, I get a little cheeky, tried to anticipate a blind throw, but they are really putting up a fight. It does not matter. Like I said, this is lights out. My goodness. And they go resisted Meteor Beam. Oh my goodness, it's over. Yeah, they top left. Yeah, ABA weak to fighting. Not good. Good game, well played to them. Had a lot of fun with those bonus battles, but we now move into the featured set of the video, and here we go, another Charizard lead. So this is fine. I do find that a lot of these Charizards try to catch just as you're getting to that Thunder Punch. We were onto them, we held on to that energy, and they tried to catch onto an XL double. Very interesting to see because these were not around for very long. Not sure how they quite got the XLs for that, but that's all beside the point. Gonna go for a foul play here. And it chunks, and we don't need to throw another move. They can only really go straight body slam here. Even if this was a wild charge, it wouldn't quite KO. So we really don't need to shield anything. And we want to leave this matchup with as little health as possible because we fully anticipate that Charizard to come back in. We want to give them as little farm as possible. Gonna rip off this foul play here, and they do tank that. Excuse me. And they do farm down. So that's fine. Gonna call this here. A lot of these Charizard trainers love to bait you with that Dragon Claw. Not falling for that. And they do successfully catch our Thunder Punch onto an Obstagoon. So this is very interesting. What we're gonna do here is try and get off another Thunder Punch and then wait for them to throw their Night Slash. If you're really good, you could catch that Night Slash onto your Obstagoon, your own Obstagoon, but we really want them to dump this energy first. We wanted to get in some good damage so that our Obstagoon can come in with the health advantage. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. And I do believe we let this Cross Chop go. Because again, we're fine here. We can farm down, load up on energy, and really put the pressure on that Charizard that's going to come back in. Again, we want to give it as little farm as possible. Our Muck is still quite healthy. They have to land a Blast Burn to have any hopes of winning this. Gonna throw this Night Slash, put the pressure on, and we are now grabbing shields, and they farm down. So now we're looking good here, guys. We're in the driver's seat. These poison jabs are absolutely shredding. All we have to do is shield up these Dragon Claw baits, and it will be lights out for this Charizard here. And yeah, they stopped attacking. They waved the white flag, and we poison jab down. Muck coming in clutch, dominating the Charizard in the endgame. That's going to be a good game. Well played. I always have a fun time whenever I can run Poison Double Dark. And here we go, Walrein lead. This is neutral, so we're actually going to go into Obstagoon to draw out that Flyer or that Charmer. That's the goal with this team, guys. If you're going to run ABB, you want to swap out on neutral and, of course, losing leads. And we get the boost. Oh, man. Oh, it is on now. Holy smokes, we got that patented Boostagoon boost. You love to see it. We tank a Blast Burn, no problem, and we are now going to put the pressure on this Charizard here. Going for another Night Slash. This should just about KO if they no shield, but they are shielding. They are fearing that patented Boostagoon boost. And now I figured, you know, we can either flip switch or grab a shield advantage for our Scrafty. So we do shield this and really make them think long and hard as to what they want to do here. This will absolutely KO if they let it go. And they want to give us the shield advantage. That is beautiful. And we get another boost. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is brilliant. So now we can throw Muck in here, and we can soak a Blast Burn. Muck, quite tanky, guys, for those of you who are unfamiliar with it. We tank a Blast Burn quite comfortably, I might add. And they've got a Swampert in its shadow form in the back, along with a Walrein. Oh, my goodness. Oh, this is looking like yet another Scrafty sweep. You love to see it. So, the way I play this here... This is calculated. Generally, I recommend going Foul Play, then Power Up Punch if you have to. But in this case, we're going to throw this Power Up Punch and farm down. We boost our attack, and we leave this with a loaded Foul Play to basically one-shot the squishy Shadow Swampert. That's the play here. So generally, you want to go Foul Play, and yeah, they... they saw what was coming their way, and they wanted no part of that as they do top left. Good game, well played to them. Oh, it felt so nice to get to run Poison Double Dark in Season 13. And here we go. Positive lead in the form of Venusaur. They make a play in the Walrein. Gonna align our Scrafty onto this Walrein. And as we saw in that previous matchup, we all know Scrafty absolutely dominates Walrein. We do tank anything that they throw, really, to be honest. They're not going to be around long enough to truly threaten our health. And as I mentioned, we go Foul Play. And if you need to, you can go Power Punch at the end. That comes down to what you're reading on their team. We're just going to throw it and get rid of the Walrein. And this should just about be enough to KO, and it is. And now we will look to get to a Foul Play up against this Venusaur. It is boosted, so it might tempt them to throw their move, and it does. They do throw immediately. They are not looking to overfarm whatsoever. So now we can come back in with our Muck, and oh, they've got an Aurorus in the back. This is over. Yeah, that was over. A little bit of RPS action never hurt anyone, especially when it works to your favor. Good game, well played. Obstagoon leading the Goon Squad to victory yet again in that last one. And here we go. Kingdra lead, neutral lead. So again, whenever you're running ABB, neutral leads, you swap out to draw out that hard counter. And it comes in the form of a Galvantula. So this is not ideal, but we can fight back with neutral Night Slashers here. And we are going for Night Slash number 1, and they shield. They didn't have to, but they do nonetheless. And we're not going to shield anything. This is just not flippable, so whenever a mid-game matchup is not flippable for you, you generally don't shield, especially if you grab one from them. And we're just going to rip off these Night Slashes and really try and put in work on this Galvantula here. They did no shield that second one, and they may even no shield the third one, as it doesn't quite KO with the attack drop. And yeah, they do farm us down. So now we throw in our Muck, and I'm thinking there's no way they go for a lunge. They just double discharge, but no, they do go for the lunge. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a waste of a shield there. Oh, that got me a little bit, a little annoyed. Let's just say we wasted a shield on that low health Galvantula. I was thinking we're gonna have to shield one. There's no way they go for the lunge, and they went for the lunge. They had a Stunfisk in the back. And this is not looking good because our Kanto Muk can do nothing to that Galarian Stunfisk. And this Kingdra can be quite the handful, as Kingdra is quite bulky. Even as a non-XL, it's pretty bulky, but as an XL, it's even worse. And we will let this Octazooka go. No debuff, thank goodness. And we're going to go for this foul play here. It will not quite KO, as like I said, Kingdra has some very nice bulk for this Ultra League meta. And now we're just getting way too low here, and we have to shield up this Octazooka here, and it is not looking good whatsoever for us. I do believe we promptly top left here pretty soon here. Gonna just, I guess, try and do our best, but there's no way that we are just healthy. We're not healthy enough to handle the Stunfisk, and our Muck can do nothing. We tried to catch, and they're gonna throw the EQ, and it's gonna be lights out for us, unfortunately. Yeah, that absolutely one-shots, massively super effective, and they oh my goodness, why are we still here? We're going to throw this last-minute power-up punch. Going down with the ship, I suppose, and yeah, that just was not going to happen for us. Good game, well played to them. Very awkward and clunky team in that last one. Just was not the right team for us, unfortunately, but here we go. XL Lantern, wow. Very interesting. You don't see those every day, and we do swap out on that neutral lead yet again with ABB, and we draw out the fighter. That's the goal with this team, guys. Obstagoon is on the safe swap to draw out those fighters, the flyers, and the charmers, and that is the beauty of ABB, because if you can clear that hard counter for Scrafty, it could work some miracles, let me tell you. Going for another cross chop here, and they let that go. And we will just look to farm down. We tank anything that they throw here, most likely the foul play, and we do. Oh, it's a power punch! Holy smokes! Yeah, they only did get to a power punch. I don't count whenever I'm watching these back. I'm focused on the commentary, but I should be. That was just a power punch. They didn't have the energy, and we go for a Dark Pulse on that Lantern. And they're going to look to, I guess, bait us with a Surf here. Yeah, that's sort of the play, but not really. Should have just gone for the Thunderbolt. And now we will throw Scrafty in here to see what they have left in the back here. We tank one of whatever they throw. It's a Thunderbolt, and it does not even get us into the yellow. And there's a Walrein in the back. Scrafty is feasting yet again. Going to go for the foul play here. They can shield all they want. No, they top left. Yeah, it was over. Scrafty was going to sweep yet again. They recognized that, decided to save everyone some time, and top left conceding that one. Good game, well played to them. And that is the team, my friends. Simple yet wildly effective. And wildly fun, I might add as well. Like I said, I always have fun whenever I can run Poison Double Dark. This is my Ultra League version. In the past, I've run the same backline, but just with Nidoqueen on the lead, but we all know Nidoqueen was done dirty this season. It was nerfed into oblivion, so I always have fun with Kanto Muk as well. Has excellent charge moves that provide excellent coverage in this meta. So Kanto Muk, the next best thing if Nidoqueen is not an option. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching and keep up the grind. Thank you guys.